Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/idontworkherelady, where people tell us their craziest stories on when they got mistaken for being an employee at somewhere they didn't work. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. Omega Karen. This just happened to me yesterday and it stands out as the biggest WTF moment in my job. Little bit of a background. I work as a contracted cell phone technician for a large superstore chain in my country. My job duties entail selling/activating phones and assisting guests with technical issues with their phones. Due to me being a private contractor, I don't answer to any management staff or employees for the superstore, and I am essentially my own boss, so technically I don't work there as an employee. On top of this, I do have the right to decline service to anyone. However, I never do because I don't want to turn people away just because they are having a bad day. But after what happened today, I'm going to enact my right to do so for any future encounters. So today I was minding my own business when I was approached by the mythical Omega Karen, or OK. Omega Karen was a 65-year-old woman who had what looked to be about 4 layers of makeup on her face and a beehive haircut so big she looked like she had a basketball underneath. Her hair looked like an Omega symbol too, hence why I call her Omega Karen. She explained to me that the phone was not working. Being the ever so helpful person that I am, I got to work in diagnosing the problem. After doing a quick inspection and tinkering around with the phone, I came to the conclusion that the phone was bricked. I informed Omega Karen of this revelation. The exchange went a little like this. So, what do we do now? Well, ma'am, unfortunately, the best course of action would be to replace the phone. Luckily, I have the same phone on sale for $49.99. I'm not buying the phone. I bought the phone from here, so I want it exchanged. Okay, ma'am, do you have the receipt for the old phone? This is when she went from a nice old lady to Omega level Karen. Listen here, you stupid piece of crud. I bought this phone almost a year ago. I don't have the receipt. I bought it here and now it's defective. Your company has to honor the guest and replace this broken piece of crud. And you're going to do it free of charge. I soon realized that this was going to be a mess. So I decided to try and Tai Chi the situation in an attempt to mitigate damage. Okay, ma'am, I understand that you are frustrated, but unfortunately, due to the store's policy, we can't do any exchanges after 30 days of purchase. After the words left my mouth, I realized that I messed up, and she was ready to retaliate. BS! You're just trying to scam me out of $50. I'm not having that. It's not my fault that it's a cheap piece of crud. If anything, it's your fault it's broken. All my watts were expended after hearing this. She actually was blaming me, a guy she's never seen before, of breaking her phone. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but there is honestly nothing the store can do for you. However, because you bought the phone less than a year ago, the warranty should still be replaceable through the carrier warranty. I would be happy to call... She interrupted me by picking up my stapler, and then threatened me with it. Okay, you will get me a fudging phone right now, or I swear to God, I will throw this at your fudging head. Ma'am, threatening me is not going to solve your problem. Now, as I was saying, I can call up the carrier and see if they can replace it under their warranty. The Omega Karen threw the stapler to the ground, breaking it, angrily grabbed her broken phone, told me to go fudge myself, and stormed off. After she left, I picked up the stapler and threw it out. I then continued with the next guest. Now, I wish it all ended here, but unfortunately God hates me and wanted to prove it. About 5 minutes after she stormed off, she returned, but she wasn't alone. Omega Karen did what every Karen dreams of doing, and got the store manager. And it wasn't just him, but the security guy as well. The store manager starts speaking. "This guest has informed me that you won't assist her with her phone. Mind telling me why?" I explained the situation to the store manager, who was looking like he was about to hit me. He then interrupted me by saying, "Okay, and at what point did you throw a stapler at her?" I was confused until it finally dawned on me. The person who threatened me was trying to frame me of assault over a $50 flip phone. I never did that. In fact, she was the one who threatened me with a Omega Karen interrupted me. "BS. You threw a stapler at me, telling me that you were going to choke the life out of me. I want this man arrested for assault." The security guy approached me. "Is there any way you can corroborate your story?" You can check the cameras. They most likely caught the whole interaction." As soon as I said the word camera, Omega Karen went ballistic. "How dare you believe this stupid punk over me? You should feel ashamed of yourself." "Ma'am, we need to make sure to get the full details of the event so we can better explain it to the authorities." "Okay, I don't want to wait for the police. Just fire him and get me someone who can help me." Ma'am, you just said that you wanted him arrested." "Stop putting words in my mouth, young man. Just fire this piece of crud." This is when the store manager finally pipes up and tells her the bad news. "Unfortunately, ma'am, he's a private contractor that handles our phones. We can't fire him because he doesn't work for our company. Now, if he did what you said he did, it would be best to get video proof, that way we can escort him off the property." Omega Karen relented and agreed to look at the footage. All four of us went to the security room to roll back the tape. As soon as we got to the part where she grabbed the stapler and held it up, Omega Karen started screaming. "This is BS. All of you are in on it. I'm going to sue all of you for tampering with evidence. I will see you all in court." As she began to walk to the door, she noticed me smiling. I soon regretted doing this. Omega Karen smacked me across the face and spat at me. Luckily, the security guard heard the slap and quickly subdued her. After a quick call to the cops, she was handcuffed and put in the back of a squad car. The police asked if I want to press charges. All it took was one good look at her for me to say yes. Once I got done with the paperwork, the store manager apologized to me for what had happened. He informed me that OK was blacklisted and is to be arrested on site if she is to come back to the store. I'm currently writing this laughing at the whole situation. Karen. Oh, and then he listed a picture of what her hair looked like, and wow, that is a haircut right there. That's a pretty big haircut. Woman thinks I'm an employee serving people in a self-service restaurant. Employee caused problems. Okay, so in short, what happened before the woman came is me and my brother went to a self-service, I hope that's how it's called, restaurant. The employees there must wear their own red uniforms, while I was with some shorts and a red shirt. Sure enough, both are red, but the difference is huge. Oh, also, I'm like 16. This restaurant doesn't accept below 18. And so I went to get whatever we wanted and headed back to the table. So as I was heading back with a plate, that woman stopped me and said, "Your service is terrible. Why didn't you come take my order?" She was calm, and I thought she is here for the first time. "I'm sorry? If you want to order here, you need to go inside, where the actual employees are, and get your food." And those were my two biggest mistakes. I talked as if I worked there, and told her to get her food. She went inside and grabbed herself a Coke and a banitsa, it's Bulgarian food, and headed out without going to pay. I was already sitting with my brother talking because I didn't think much of her and thought she'd realize what is happening and move on. After exiting without paying, one of the employees came and stopped her and told her she needed to pay, and if she doesn't, she'll call the police. It's often that people think you can just pay later here, so the employee is probably used to it by now. "What? I need to not only come from the table to this small restaurant-like place to get my food, but also pay for my own service? Of course you need to pay. We don't give out free drinks and food here. Now, come in to pay or I'll call the police. At that time, the guards were already blocking every exit, in case she tries to run away. And I didn't even recognize the woman, but was watching. But your coworker over there told me I can. She pointed at me, and at this point she was talking loudly, but not quite yelling. And that's where the BS started. The employee came to me and yelled, "Why did you lie to our customer, trying to get her in trouble? And why are you not in the kitchen to help the others?" "I don't work here." "Yes you do, I've seen you in the kitchen before." My brother says, "Nope, I can assure you my sister doesn't work here. She is 16 and is working part-time in another shop in another town. So please stop burdening us and go explain to the woman how a self-service restaurant works." I didn't have time to say anything. "But then why is she wearing our uniform?" "That's not your uniform, that's just a red shirt. As you can see, I don't even have a name tag like all employees must have. And I am 16 as my brother said. Your shop doesn't even hire part-time." "Okay, how about coming into our manager who is inside and ask him?" "Okay, can you just tell me where to pay?" So the guards told her where to pay, she paid and went to sit, while me and my brother went to the manager of the little place. He instantly said he recognized me as his student in PE. After a small chat with him and the employee later being yelled at, we went back to eat. That was unexpected to get an employee yell at me for looking like her coworker. Meeting my old PE teacher, and now I wrote my story of how an employee thought I was her coworker. I kinda wanna see that red shirt because surely it can't have been that similar to a uniform. Like, uniform shirts are way different to just casual wear. Karen mistakes me for an employee while on vacation. So I was at a resort in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. My parents are Dominican, so I speak pretty fluent in Spanish. I was by the pool chatting with one of the lifeguards when a Karen in her 30s tapped me on the shoulder. "Excuse me, I need a clean towel. She stares at me while holding a soaked towel. "Sorry, I don't work here. You might wanna..." Karen then cuts me off. "Yes you do, I just saw you speaking Spanish." "So what? I'm also speaking perfect English." "Well, if you're working with a tourist, you should speak English." Trying to not seem rude, I point her to the towel station. "Can't you grab me one? I don't speak Spanish." "No, you can figure it out." Karen walks away angry, and me thinking that was the end of it, I headed to the bar. Luckily for me, I was able to overhear her screaming and need someone who speaks English in this place. "I have a complaint about one of your employees." An employee takes her to the front desk to speak with the manager. 20 minutes later, I see the same employee return to his post and I ask him what happened. "That crazy lady started screaming in English, so we took her to the manager. She wanted to get someone fired, but nobody knows who she is talking about." I laughed and told him it was probably me. He laughed and said probably, "These tourists are crazy." That's how you speak perfect Spanish, isn't it? You just add O to the end of everything. That was a great-o story-o. I'm a passenger just like you. Hi everyone, not the most insane story, but it finally happened to me so I wanted to share. I was on a cruise vacation with my family this past week, and on this particular cruise line, they have formal dining nights for pictures that you can buy. So I was dressed in a full suit and waiting for the rest of my family to go and eat. While I was waiting in the main area, some middle-aged white woman with the token "Can I speak to your manager" haircut snaps her fingers at me and raises her already full glass of wine to ask for a refill. I told her I didn't work here and that I was just a passenger, and she brushed me off with a super annoyed look, so I walked away while I had the chance. I just wanted to add that because what kind of person snaps their fingers? Like, you're just snapping your fingers at someone. It's like the rudest thing you can do. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.